Hello, hello! My name is Callista and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode we had our second murder. It was Otto. It's a shame. It's a real shame. I can't say I'm surprised though. Otto was kicking up such a fuss. The whole town has devolved into a bit of an angry mob. We tried to seek sanctuary in the library, but unfortunately we got out. This is such a mess. This is an absolute mess. Andreas out of the way. Otto's death demands justice. The abbot couldn't have killed Otto. He was with us when we found the body. That's true, we did arrive with you, but you don't know where he was before that, do you, Andreas? Who else would want to kill Otto? Coward! Killer! Andreas, move! Oh, I'm not moving. I won't let you in. If you go after Gernot, the real killer will get away. I don't like his stance any more than you, but violence is not the answer here, Peter. Stand your ground. Gernot would not have had time to run from the commons to the forest to come back with us. Is logic really a wise move against a baying mob? It might calm some people, but I worry that people are so inflamed, so incensed that they're not going to listen to logic and reason. I've been playing Andreas ever since he stopped, you know, his whoring ways, shall we say. You know, he stopped doing all that fun stuff. I've not been going with those options, but I have been going with the logical ones. I think he's been trying to out-logic his emotions, if that makes any kind of sense. So I don't necessarily think this is going to work. I think potentially this could make things worse, but I think this is what this Andreas would do. Gernot would not have had time to run from the commons to the forest to come back with us. There must be another killer, don't you see? No mercy, face us. He's a monster. If those monks don't come out, we'll set fire to the whole place and cook them. You've all gone mad. Even if you don't trust the abbot, trust me, I swear he wasn't the one to do it. He was with me. Look, Gernot wasn't the only one who disagreed or disliked Otto. There must be someone else who killed him. You all had good reasons to hate the abbot, but he's not the culprit here. Everyone was in costume, so anybody could have had the chance to kill Otto for any reason. Again, I think I have to keep going down this route. I don't necessarily think it's making anything better, though. Everyone was in costume, so anybody could have had the chance to kill Otto for any reason. Yeah, I didn't recognize most of you in your outfits until you talked to me. Fine, damn it. You've got one day to find whoever you think is the real killer, Andreas. Oh god, it's happening again. Otherwise, we will come back for the abbot. Andreas, all I want is justice for my husband. Please, you must find the murderer. I swear I will find whoever really killed Otto. Eva, Otto was a good man. I won't stop until I find who killed him. Oh. Could we view this as redemption for Lucky? Lucky was a good man who killed a bad person. And in throwing Lucky under the bus, I still think Lucky is the most likely culprit. We were never told if we were right, but I think Lucky is the most logical culprit. You know, by sending him to the gallows, we avoided justice. We avoided justice because the Baron was a bad man. Lucky had good reason to do what he did. It's the complete opposite. Otto was a good man. Otto was a good man. Could this be the opportunity to get redemption? Eva, Otto was a good man. I won't stop until I find who killed him. Flipping it. What do you mean it's nuns already? We only have a day. We only have a day. They're doing nothing, dear God. The peasants are really convinced that Gernot killed Otto, but it was impossible. Peter's temper got in the way. The abbot is an easy target because he was at odds with Otto and his cause. It was no secret that Gernot and Otto were at odds. I don't wish death on the man, but the abbot is an ass. Oh, I mean, we don't like him. We don't like him. I think it's between these two because is now the time. We literally have less than a day. We have less than a day to figure out who killed Otto. With the Baron, we had 3 days. Now we only have 1. This is... I don't think we have time to be focusing on, oh, I hate the abbot, I think he's a prick. Because there are so many good monks. If they're saying, like, oh, if you don't find whoever it is, we're just going to burn the building down. What about the nuns? The nuns aren't even involved in all of this. Are they in the same building? Oh, God. We don't have time to be talking about how much we hate Gernot. It was no secret that Gernot and Otto were at odds. Many of the peasants hate the abbot and would like to see him suffer like they have. Master, Peter was furious. He's only giving you a day to find the murderer. Why'd you even agree to find who really killed Otto anyway? It didn't turn out well last time, did it? Why do it again? Everyone deserves justice, Caspar. Honestly, anything to keep from going back to Nuremberg, I don't want to talk about it. I think this is the honest answer. This is the honest answer. He just doesn't want to go back. He doesn't want to face his wife. Is this everyone, like, Gernot deserves justice or Otto deserves justice? Because if it's Otto, I'd go with this. If it's Otto, I would 100% go with this. I get we've kind of been trying to protect Caspar from Andreas's darkness. I don't think Andreas wants to inflict that on Caspar. He sometimes has, because I've misunderstood what the dialogue option was getting at. I think that was just Andreas slipping up. There's so much darkness in him. There's so much hatred and self-loathing. And I think he just accidentally lets it out from time to time. That's my in-story reason. Out of, in reality, it's me messing up, but we've been trying to protect Caspar from that. So I'm drawn to this. Everyone deserves justice, Caspar. You have a good heart, Master Andreas. Oh, bless you. So who do you think did it then? Where do we even start? We should talk to Lendhart. He always hated the peasants and supported the abbot. He was very vocal against Otto in the town commons the other day. He might have hated Otto enough to kill him. It's worth talking to him and finding out. Even if he didn't kill Otto, he might know who else had the motivation to. You know what'd be good? What'd be good in editing? I'm gonna look and see who wasn't present. Because here's the thing. So we saw one person run off into the trees, and then there was another in Caspar picked up, they were covered in flowers, and Caspar picked it up and put it in his bag. So we have 2 people who ran off. For what reasons, I'm not entirely sure, but it seems likely that one of them is potentially the killer. So, they ran off. It probably wouldn't be someone who was there when we approached the body. It was probably someone who wasn't there. So what I should do when I'm editing, I should go and look at that screen and make note of who wasn't there. Lendhart was there. Not only was Lendhart there, he was having dinner with everyone else. And I don't think he went out to check out the crash. He was saying, like, oh, I was having a light dinner. I think it was Werner and Stoltz who were like, oh, shit, there was a crashing noise. I can't remember if they mentioned a scream or not. whatever, they went outside. It sounded like Lendhart stayed indoors. So I don't think it could have been Lendhart. I don't think it could. Again, that would be so convenient. It would be so convenient if it was the obvious arsehole. Even if he didn't kill Otto, he might know who else had the motivation to. Oh, what about Martin Bauer? When we saw him talking to Otto, they seemed to be arguing over something. It's not likely. Martin supported Otto and the peasants. Martin was always an ass. If they had a bad enough argument, he could have wanted to kill Otto. It would be worth talking to Martin to see what they were discussing. He might have had an idea of who would want to kill Otto. Martin seems to be a changed man. Martin seems like he's gotten his shit together. Why would he risk being separated from his wife and man? And for what reason? It would be worth talking to Martin to see what they were discussing. He might have an idea of who would want to kill Otto. Good idea. Who else? I can't think of anyone else who would want to kill Otto. I'm sure we can find some other suspect. I do beg your pardon. My throat's decided to give out. 1 second, I'm having a sip. Ah, delicious Pepsi Max. Delicious, delicious Pepsi Max. There we go. I'm sure we can find some other suspects. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we can find some other suspects. We'll have to do some more investigating to find out who the murderer is, but we better move fast. Could the murderer confess to Father Thomas? Probably not. That would be foolhardy. Well, maybe. Even if the murderer did, Father Thomas is bound by the seal of confession. He won't tell us. There's no confession box, though. I've been in the church. There's no confession box. I mean, that seems a bit... That seems like a bit of a risk. Just staking out the church and hoping that someone goes in for confession. And I don't know, we just stand at the back and try and listen in. There's nowhere to hide, though. The church is one big open space. It's not even like they had pews you could hide under. Well, maybe. Even if the murderer did, Father Thomas is bound by the seal of confession. He won't tell us. However, we could eavesdrop on confessions. Since St. John's Eve just happened, the townsfolk will all come in to confess. Oh, yeah! One of the townsfolk might have heard something anyway. That's a good place to start. We could also ask around at the Golden Hand. The travellers might have seen or heard something useful. People will tell outsiders anything. They might have heard something we missed. A pint or two might loosen some tongues. People will tell outsiders anything. They might have heard something we missed. What about the person who ran by us in the forest? They were wearing these flowers. I've never seen them before. Right, we have to find the source of those flowers in the woods. That might give us some sort of connection to the killer. The flower might have a medicinal use. Someone with medical knowledge in tassing might know where it grows. Either Agnes or Werner. We have a lot of good places to start. Even though time is short, we have a good chance at finding the real killer. I don't know about that. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. We have such a short amount of time. The flower might have a medicinal use. Someone with medical knowledge in tassing might know where it grows. Well, we should ask them. But who would have that knowledge? Those that I know with such backgrounds are Brother Florian, Sister Gertrude, Agnes Steinerin, or Werner Stolz. We have a lot of good places to start. Even though time is short, we have a good chance at finding the real killer. All right, let's get to work. Okay, flippin' heck. Just go to bed. Screw this. Just go to bed. Okay. We have plenty of people to talk to. I I mean, now we have the luxury of, you know, time won't move forwards until we do an action. So, okay, let's... I mean, we're up by the Abbey. Now, Nico? Who is Nico? The name sounds familiar. But I'm not sure who it is. God, we have a lot of quests. We have a lot of... Yeah, it's empty. Flippin' heck. The relic we used to contain the hand of St. Moritz. It appears to be missing the... What happened to the head? Otto never said where the head was. I wonder where it's gone. But what... Yeah, many leads. Too many leads. And also not enough. Oh... and another investigation. I am concerned. I'm concerned. We're just gonna talk to everyone. We're just gonna talk to everyone. Well, I mean, the nuns are out and about. I guess maybe the nuns are safe. God bless you, Master Mailer. God bless you, Sister Sophie. It's good to see you again. And you, Master Mailer. The garden looks spectacular. You've taken good care of it. I won't disturb you further, God bless you. Maybe she knows something about the flowers. The garden looks spectacular. You've taken good care of it. I know it's been some time, Master Mailer, but I must remind you of my vows. I cannot speak with men. That's right. Forgive me, sister. God bless you, Master Mailer. Oh, Matilda. God bless you, Master Mailer. God bless you, Sister Matilda. I wanted to thank you, Master Mailer. I don't recall doing anything worthy of thanks, sister. What for? Remain silent. Yeah, I mean, we didn't bring her up. We didn't bring her up at all. I don't recall doing anything worthy of thanks, sister. You understood that despite what happened to me at the hands of the Baron, you did not condemn me. I appreciate that. The evidence pointed to Lucky, not you. The Archdeacon surveyed the evidence. I merely spoke the truth as I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the thing. All the evidence that was kind of in favour of Matilda, to me, it spoke of her innocence. If she was guilty of murder, why keep a bloody shovel just out and about that everyone knows you use? A person who is guilty would dispose of that, or at the very least wash it. The evidence pointed to Lucky, not you. Yes, well, the event was still a tragedy. And Otto's death only more so now. Master Steinauer was a gruff man, but to kill the Baron, Agnes was shattered. Forgive me, Master Mailer, it's not my place. I ought to get back to work. God bless you. And you, sister. Now then, sister, hang on. The many-petaled cinquefoil, it grows so easily some consider it a weed. I mean, the flower we found was yellow. I mean, we've seen, like, yellow flowers, but we've not been able to interact with them. I'm pretty sure the only yellow flower that was interactable has been the cinquefoil. I could be misremembering. There are so many plants dotted around. God bless you, Master Mailer. Hello, Sister Margarete. Sister Gertrude said one of the townsfolk was killed. What happened? Otto Zimmermann, the town carpenter, was crushed by part of the construction at the rat house. Oh no! I heard some of the sisters saying it was a murder and the peasants chased the monks into the library. Sister Denner even said they're accusing Father Abbot. Is that true, Master Mailer? Yes, but it couldn't have been the abbot. I'm trying to find out who really killed Otto. Yes, but no one knows who killed Otto. I'm trying to find the truth. I'm sure it was just an accident. No, she deserves the truth. Yes, but it couldn't have been the abbot. I'm trying to find out who really killed Otto. I pray you do, Master Mela. Everyone's getting scared. I heard Sister Sophie last night crying. Mother Illuminata says, God? God will preserve us, but everything just keeps getting worse. Maybe the Lord is punishing the Abbey. Why would God want to punish Kearsau, sister? With everything happening in Swabia, I don't think God needs to punish Kearsau specifically. Yeah. Why would God want to punish Kearsau, sister? I don't think the abbot should treat the peasants so harshly, but I don't know what to think anymore. I'm sure you'll be safe in the convent's walls, whatever happens. Has anything else happened in the convent recently? Times are difficult. Strange things are happening around in Tassing right now. Has anything else happened in the convent recently? Excuse me. Pardon? Well, a man ran into me when I was washing lettuce in the herb hut a few days ago. Is that so strange? Yes. Even in a joint monastery, the sisters' and brothers' quarters are separated. He should have been in the church since it was almost Vespers. Who was it, sister? Can you describe him? I mean, if he spoke, she could describe his voice. She might be able to describe his smell. His build. You know, if someone runs into you, a thin person is going to feel different than a fat person. But visually, you know. No, we can't just outright say that. Strange indeed. Do you remember anything about him? And you couldn't even see who it was, just our luck. Strange indeed. Do you remember anything about him? I can do my best, even though the hut was dark. I knew it was a man because his figure was taller than any of the sisters, and he grunted when he bumped me. Could it be one of our suspects, Master? We don't have any suspects, Casper. Perhaps. Did you recognize his voice? No, he didn't say anything, but I felt the texture of one of the habits when he bumped into me. His skin was softer too, and he was knocked back when we collided. Okay, so we're looking... So it was... If it is one of the monks, we're looking for one of the thinner monks. Because, I mean, if you run into her... If I ran into Sister Margarete, I know for a fact that I would knock her flying. I am a heavy-set lass, okay? I would knock her flying. You wouldn't have to have much weight if you bump into her and she stays standing and you fall backwards. If it's a monk, we're looking for one of the thinner monks. Or it could have been someone who stole a monk's habit. I was thinking, like, how many of the farmers are thin? The farmers wouldn't have I can't talk. I was going to say soft skin. Like, no, soft skin. The farmers, most of the peasants, they do hard labor. They would have rough skin from days toiling. So if it is a peasant, we're looking for someone who doesn't do manual labour. Lendhart, but then again, Lendhart has an alibi. Then again, Lendhart... I was thinking, would Lendhart have to pull any ropes? Because if he was doing that all the time, that'd callous his hands. But then the rest of his skin might be quite soft. His skin was softer too, and he was knocked back when we collided. He grabbed me and moved me out of the way. No beard either. What would a brother be doing in the herbal hut? That doesn't exactly narrow it down. If we are assuming that this is a brother, I mean... we could just go around and look at them. That would give us a list. What would a brother be doing in the herbal hut? That doesn't... Did he do anything? What would a brother be doing in the herbal hut? I don't know. He startled me, but was in and out of the hut before I could call out. Banged things around, too. I think it was one of the younger brothers. The rest aren't light on their feet. I can hear them shuffling all the way across the garden. That still leaves a few suspects. Brother Lucas and Brother Guy both fit that description, as does the abbot. But the abbot has his own house. What would he be doing sneaking around in the herb hut? You're right, Father Gernot wouldn't dig around here. You're right, Father Gernot would just order one of the brothers to get something for him anyway. I think as much as I would like Gernot to be guilty, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. You're right, Father Gernot wouldn't dig around here. That leaves Lucas or Guy. If I may, Master Mailer. Yes, Sister Margarete? Brother Lucas and I are friends. I don't think he'd hide from me. That leaves Brother Guy. Guy is young and fast enough to be in and out in a flash. But, Sister Margarete, what was he doing here? I don't know, Master Mailer. I couldn't tell what he was doing or if he took anything. By the time I realised what happened, Sister Sophie came and got me for supper. I see. What a peculiar occurrence. Did you tell any of the sisters? Yeah, did you confide in anyone? Did you tell any of the sisters? I told Sister Gertrude about it, and she agreed it was very odd, since whoever it was should have been at supper. I might be able to help you identify which herb jars he grabbed. We should get her blessing first, though. She's a stickler about her herbs. Would you help me find her? Of course, Sister. Sister Gertrude, may I take Master Mailer into the herb hut? We're looking for anything that man might have left behind. Ah, your mystery intruder. Why are you so interested, Andreas? We think Brother Guy was rooting around. He may have left something. We'd like to double check. I'd like to see if whoever it was left anything behind that may be connected to Otto's murder. They may have taken something that relates to Otto's murder. Ooh. I don't think we should be connecting this to the murder. I think if Sister Margarete has kind of decided, if everyone's decided, okay, it was Brother Guy, and we say, oh yeah, this has to do with the murder, then potentially they could turn around and be like, what? No, no, no. If you're going to try and say it was one of the brothers, because if it was one of the brothers, Jesus, they would 100% burn the place down. 100%. So I don't want to bring up the murder. We think Brother Guy was rooting around. He may have left something. We'd like to double check. Very well. I'd prefer you not just open every jar, however. Some of the herbs need to remain sealed. Then how are we supposed to figure out if he left anything? I know the jars by sound. If you gently shake them, Master Mailer, I should be able to tell you which ones he picked up as I came in. I know he used 3 of the jars. Once we find all 3, we can figure out which is the last one he opened. All right, that sounds reasonable. I hope this isn't going to move time forwards. I hope this isn't going to move time forwards. I need all the time I can get. This way, then. Hello, Mousefanger. Okay. Don't spill that one. I just made a new batch of hydromel, so it's very full. Okay, hydromel. We use it as a base for many remedies, so I'm always making more. It's fun to drink, too. much nicer than the wine we have at supper. Okay, so it's medicinal wine. Dill. What's in that one? A dill. Very good when the cows are ill, but a bit much for us unless cooked. Okay, you know what? We'll pick them up as we go. Okay, and then... No, it was something different. Okay. And then, oh, there goes my timer. No, it was something different. Okay, yeah, I'll sort all this out and then we can bring the episode to a close. Mandragora? I was gonna say, that sounds like mandrake. Some choose to use the mandrake for evil arts, but these have all been cleansed. Only Sister Gertrude handles the mandrakes. And with good reason too. I only use them for pains that can't be rid of any other way. No, it was something different. Woad. You'll like this one, Andreas. It's woad. Oh, that creates the most exquisite blue ink. I didn't realise you grew it here. We have a small supply, not for ink though. Brother Adoc can't hold a quill as steadily as he once could. I make an ointment with woad that helps his palsy. Ah. Okay, and also, the Celts, specifically the Celts from Scotland, used to paint their faces in woad. I know that. Something different. Bathenia. Oh, Bethany. I'm surprised to see that herb among your jars, sister. You know its uses, Andreas? Oh. Only that it is a dangerous herb in the wrong hands. I know its medicinal uses, but I was always instructed to stay away from it. I've read of its abilities in darker matters, that's why I'm surprised to see it here. Let's not bring that up. I know its medicinal uses, but I was always instructed to stay away from it. And with good reason. Bethany can be used for terrible invocations and spells. I keep a jar because it can be a good remedy against such magic when used correctly. Okay. Something different. And Brackvert. Examine, there we go. Oh yes, that reminds me. I'll need to make some more... Okay, that isn't a spelling error. Tithymal salve soon. I'm not familiar with that herb. I'm not surprised. You're a healthy man, Andreas. Tithymal is used for gout and arthritis and memory problems. Father Thomas comes to get some for Sister Amelie every now and then. Okay. Something different. Bertram. Something different, but let me examine it. Oh, you should take some of this before you go into the cities, Andreas. It's feverfew. It clears the phlegm of the head quite effectively. Oh, that stuff. It's gross, but Sister Gertrude makes everyone at Kearsau eat it. And you've been well because of it. Honestly, I think we could do with a bit more of it in our meals. Ugh. And Dorth. Oh yes, I need to take that jar up to the Abbey. What is it? An ointment for Prior Ferenc, made with Dorth. Oh, that one. It's for his scabies. I'm always making it. He uses a lot of it. Pick up. No, something... It's all going to be the ones I check last. Bebos. Ah, mugwort. Brother Matthew has a soft stomach, so we make quite a bit of it into cakes for him. Oh, hello. Yes, he definitely picked that one up. Okay, then cinquefoil. No, something different. Oh, cinquefoil. 5-leafed. Yes, that's how the plant gets its name. I keep it as a paste with flour and oil to break fevers. Urtica. Careful not to open the nettle, Andreas. Nettle? That stuff stings. Why keep a jar of it? I wouldn't be surprised if you've eaten it yourself, Casper. The dried leaves lose their sting. Whenever the horses are unwell, we mix nettle with lovage, and they're right as rain the next day. No. Papaver. That one's so small. That one holds poppy seeds. The seeds are potent when eaten to induce sleep, so we don't use them very often. I remember eating some before my eye surgery. I was woozy for a long time afterwards. Ah, opium. No. Pongo? Ah, Brookline. Very useful against poisons. It purges the stomach so that the bad humours have no place to rest in the body. Yes, okay. Then Ringula. You have so much of that one. We need a lot of calendula to tend to so many people. Its juices can expel most bad humours. Pounding the juices makes my hands sticky. Stickiness can be washed away, Sister Margarete. You know, I'm gonna examine all of them just in case. I want to see all of the descriptions. Wuntwort. Woundwort. I remember the physician laying these leaves on my brother when he had smallpox. Yes, that's one of the more common uses for woundwort. It dries the humours back into the body, no matter how they arrive on the skin. And, psyllium? What about this one? Oh, psyllium. We don't use that one often, save for terrible fevers. Liquircium? That was a terrible pronunciation, I'm so sorry. I can smell that one from here. Oh, that's the licorice root. Sometimes it overpowers the other herbs nearby and I can't identify them by scent. Oh, I hate licorice. Lunkworks? Ah, yes, lungwort, a very useful herb. Sister Lisbeth once came down with humours so terrible she could barely breathe. But when Sister Gertrude gave her wine with lungwort, her coughing got better. Praise God. And Shirling. Sister, why on earth do you have hemlock in the herb hut? It's a dangerous plant. When eaten, yes, but hemlock is very good for inflammation of limbs when applied on an injury. I helped Sister Sophie when she dropped a pot on her thumb. The swelling had gone down by the next morning. If that's hemlock... Okay, no, they weren't grabbing hemlock. Okay. No. No. Is it going to be the last one I pick? Of course it's the last one. There we go. Master Mailer, please shake each jar in order and I'll tell you if it makes the right sound. Okay. So let's... Yes, that was the first jar. Okay. That wasn't the second jar. Start again with the first jar. Okay, so it must be... you. Yes, that was the first jar. All right, I think that was the second jar he used. Yes, that's it. That's the right jar. Wonderful. It seems like it's still sealed. It's quite heavy. Finally. Wonderful. It seems like it's still sealed. Let's see what's inside. Oh my, what? What is it? That's a lot of money. Brother Guy was hiding all this in the herb hut? But why? Brother Guy? He's in charge of the treasury. Why would he need to put all of this here? Embezzlement? I'm not sure, but it's definitely suspicious. I should do some more investigating. Anyway, thank you both for your help. Okay, and that didn't pass the time. Okay, whilst I'm here... Oh, God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Sister Gertrude. Do you have a spare moment? I have a herbal question. Oh, Master Mailer, I'd be delighted. You know I always have time for my plants. How can I help you? Do you recognise these flowers or know where they might grow? Oh, yes, they're local flowers. We call these marsh marigolds. They grow near the shrine of Saint Satyr in the forest outside the monastery. Their petals are wonderful for all sorts of aches and pains, but these look so dry already. Sorry, Sister Gertrude, but we really must be off. Thank you for your help. Of course, of course. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, so they're from the shrine. Ah, okay, so we have a couple of places we can go to investigate, but that will have to wait until the next episode. So, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.